Hey guys, it's Kelly and Cole Watkins with the Bridge Group Remax West Side, and we have a guest with us today, Blake Salcetti with Texas Certified Home Inspections. And Blake actually did the home inspection on our personal home. We recommend him to all of our clients. And today we're talking a little bit more about sellers. When they sell their home, they get a buyer under contract. The next step will be the buyer will bring an inspector in. And everyone gets a little bit nervous about that, but we have Blake here to talk a few things under $100 or less that you can do to get your home ready for inspection.
So first we're going to start with functionality. So one thing I suggest that homeowners do prior to getting the house inspected is check simple things to make sure they're working properly. You don't want to go back and find out you've got 3 different leaks under your sinks simply because you didn't go in and run the water for a few minutes and check it yourself. So I see that a lot. It's actually surprising to me how often people have leaks and don't realize it. As far as your home's concerned on the outside, your downspouts, it's bad to have water sitting against your foundation. So you want to make sure that the gutter downspouts are actually directing the water away from the home so we don't have that sitting water, because that'll certainly be written up as a deficiency on the home. Another thing you can do is check your safety precautions. With safety precautions, that's something like a smoke detector. You want to set those off at least once a year. Just push the button, make sure they all go off. That way, in the event that there is a fire, everybody's going to be woken up and got to get out of the home. Replace those batteries once they start chirping too. I can tell you from a home inspector's point of view that listening to a chirping smoke detector for 4 hours while inspecting a house is extremely frustrating.
Definitely.
And also, you know, another thing is to me as an agent that comes in there and hears a chirping, smoke detector, it's a lack of maintenance.
Yes.
And so
wonder what else they
yeah,
haven't done.
if you're allowing that to go on, then what else may be behind the walls has not been attended to or maintenance right.
Sure. Another thing I would suggest is go out to your gas meter and put your nose down there and smell it. If you can smell gas, you got to call CenterPoint.
But not for too long, right?
I would say if we do 20 inspections in a week, we're going to find probably 7 with a small leak. And again, it's no cost. You just call CenterPoint and they'll come out and fix it, provided it's outside of the house. Let's move on to necessary repairs. One thing I don't understand is how people have a light fixture with 6 bulbs and none of them work. One thing I suggest is at least have 1 working light bulb inside a light fixture. It drives me crazy when I go to a house and there's a fixture up in the air that I can't get to and it doesn't work, and I can't tell if it's burnt out light bulbs or something. So have at least 1 working light bulb in there.
Or replace all of them.
Right, but that presents possibly a bigger problem, which is an electrical problem.
Certainly.
And so if you can prevent an inspector from writing up, hey, this entire thing, it could just be bad light bulbs, or it could be a more serious electrical problem. We want to take all doubts out of the inspector's mind and out of the potential buyer that they're representing's mind.
Exterior maintenance on the house, that's another thing. You want to make sure that the earth is sloping away from the house so we don't have sitting water. So it's just something as easy as taking, in the mulch beds, you take a shovel and you move the mulch around just to get it moving away from the home.
I know that's also a big point. So whenever we go on inspections with you, or I'm showing homes to my clients, one of the biggest things that pops out to me as soon as I walk up to the door is we need to have at least 4 to 6 inches of foundation slab showing. Yes. And that's not just for maybe the water, the foundation, all that, but it's more so wood destroying insects to prevent them from getting into the house through the weep holes, correct?
Correct. So that's what we look for, is 4 to 6 inches of slab exposure. With the VA loan, we have to do a WDI report, which is a termite inspection. And if we don't have any slab exposure at all, then that inspection is going to fail and the VA won't actually close the loan.
It's happened to me before. We've had to move it all around and get it all treated.
It's easily fixed, but it's something that why deal with it if we don't have to, because it's going to come up. The last thing we have is making last-minute preparations. First thing I'm going to tell you is if you have a dog or a cat, just because you love them doesn't mean the home inspector does too. So I suggest taking them with you. Leave us anything that we're going to need. Keys obviously will be in the super, but if we have gate keys, we're going to need those. Ceiling fan remotes, we're going to check those for the homeowner as well. Another issue that we see sometimes, especially in unoccupied homes, we don't have the gas water heaters not turned on. So make sure that all the appliances, the pilot lights are lit for us. And if we're in unoccupied homes, let's make sure all the utilities are there. The water's turned on, the AC and the gas. It's very hard to do an inspection if we can't check everything for a homeowner.
One other thing that we definitely wanted to mention in this video is an awesome service that Blake and his team provide for not just our clients, but I'd like to think it's just our clients, it's not, but for any clients, is something that it's a home consultation. So it's not an inspection, it's a consultation. So if you're thinking about getting your house listed and on the market, and you're saying, I want maybe a professional's eye on some things, Blake and his team will come by and give you a consultation on your property and give you a couple ideas and maybe some more in-depth items to your property to consider.
And you don't want to do a pre-inspection because that inspection report will have to be posted on the MLS. So that's why it's a consultation, just him giving you a few pointers as to things that you can do before you list the home to prepare for the inspection.
Blake, thank you so much for joining us today. If you guys are thinking about buying, selling, or you know someone who is in 2019, please feel free to give us a call. Blake's information is down below as well. Thanks. We'll see you next week.